It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Quicken Loans Arena, tonight the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Atlanta Hawks. And away we go. Cleveland starts with the basketball. George Hill. Good start. He's made his first shot.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. To Trae Young. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark. Hill into the front court. Two-point advantage to Love. That pass stolen by the Hawks. To Trae Young. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, a couple of things. Number one, his range is as soon as he steps over the half-court line. He can shoot the ball from that far and will shoot the ball from that far, which goes to show you how confident he is. Secondly, he never seems to be squared up towards the basket. He can make shots off different angles, and he's able to take the ball and put it into pockets where as a defender, it makes you lunge towards it. With his quick hand speed combined with that quick release and his ability to shoot the ball from anywhere and everywhere on the court makes him one of the most dynamic scorers we've seen on the collegiate level for a very long time.
Shot, bro.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since 1980, the Hawks have drafted only 4 players to have appeared in the All-Star game. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, and Jeff Teague.
Well, how about a guy named Dominique Wilkins? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, interesting that you'd ask. Dominique Wilkins was actually selected by the Utah Jazz. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Love. Now a steal by Atlanta.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Inside, he scores.
You know, every once in a while, you'll find a fearless scorer. Well, this fearless scorer has unlimited range who can transform the geometry of the floor. Mark that down.
Screen coming. Love. Shot from the lane won't go.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. And a putback slam.
There you go, big fella.
Now a whistle, and Cleveland is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. George Hill to Corver. No good, and no foul.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
Cavaliers with the basketball. Hill to Love. Here comes the screen. Love. Oh, they called the foul.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2. First foul in the final 2 minutes.
To Trae Young.
In the first quarter.
From the painted area, won't go down. Hill across the timeline. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Love to J.R. Smith. Down to 5 on the 24. Korver. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Hill into the front court. They find themselves down 10. Short jumper misses. Pass stolen by the Cavs. And finishes at the rim. Kevin Love with the stuff. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Going to launch beyond the arc. That misses with 3 seconds left. And it won't be close as time expires here in the first quarter. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Here's Atlanta. Hawks coming off a 24-win season, Jay, but not 1, not 2, but 3 first-round draft picks.
Yeah, they got a big-time shooter in Kevin Huerter from Maryland. They got Omari Spellman, who won a national championship with Villanova, highly utilized in pick and pop. And then they got a very polarizing pick in Trae Young, who set college basketball on fire, one of the most gifted scorers you have in this draft.
To Trae Young. Cavaliers get possession. Hill across the timeline. 12-6 our score. George Hill. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Trae Young and the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Team foul number 1.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Cavs at the controls.
Lock up. Here you go.
George Hill to J.R. Smith. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Well, with J.R., it can be no, no, no. Yes, when it goes in.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Can't connect from inside.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you're forcing to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Smith. Love. Textbook defense. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Cleveland has the basketball. Hill. To J.R. Smith. Sizing up the defense. Smith. Deep right corner. To J.R. Smith. Lets it fly from long range. Won't go down for J.R. Smith. Defense was all over him.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Count the basket at the rim.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there. But let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
George Hill. He's now 4 for 6.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Jay, it wasn't that long ago. Atlanta won 60 games. Right now, what's the outlook for this franchise?
Well, the general manager, Travis Schlenk, has done a really good job in trying to build the culture, the right culture for the Atlanta Hawks. And that starts with their head coach in Lloyd Pierce. He got him as an assistant coach with the Philadelphia 76ers, and now he can also steal that tagline for the Hawks. It's time to trust the process all over again, but now in Atlanta, Georgia.
Add 2 points to the board.
That one year he played at Oklahoma, the first half of the season, everybody was claiming him, including myself, as the National Player of the Year. And then after he became the main point of focus for other teams, you started to see diminishing returns. His game started to get a little bit sloppy. He was a volume shooter. So now I think he has to be more sharp, more in tune with how his team plays and throw himself into what the team is doing first. He's a better passer than what he gives credit for. If he's able to pass and get other people involved, inevitably his shot will come around.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Trae Young. Off the mark. Not a high percentage shot.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Great look and vision. Had a good look there, but it's no good. The follow won't go either.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Runner here won't go. Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Hawks with the lead.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Hawks have a comfortable lead at the halfway mark. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Atlanta Hawks. The Cavaliers have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, It's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. Miss threes. Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense. To Trae Young. Beyond the arc for 3. Hits the trifecta.
Mark my words, Ed, about Trae Young. He is such a dynamic scorer that either he'll end up playing alongside Stephen Curry and Dame Lillard in multiple All-Star games, or he'll be a role player similar to Jamal Crawford-esque as a spark plug off the bench and can score against anybody.
5 seconds to shoot. George Hill to J.R. Smith.
I got this.
Trae Young to Ken Bazemore. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. Ball in possession of Cleveland. Hill. Won't go. Takes stock of the floor. Screen coming. Trae Young. Short jumper off the mark.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Screen coming. George Hill. Tristan Thompson with the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Trae Young. That pass stolen by the Cavs. Thompson to Love. Flushes it home. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Hawks have it. Trae Young for 3, and the rebound taken in by Thompson. Nothing going here on that drive. Smith to George Hill. 4-3. And George Hill good on the quick release, 4-3.
Oh, okay. I don't see any more phantom screens like I did in the first half. I actually see people being hit, which opens up three-point shooters to operate off those screens. It's all coming together.
To Ken Bazemore. Oh, he had him there for a second. Trae Young. From the painted area, won't go down. To Ken Bazemore. Inside, he scores.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Isolation. Give me the drive.
Hill to Korver.
What's that screen?
George Hill. To Korver. 5 to shoot for Cleveland. Korver. That's no good. To Trae Young. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To J.R. Smith. Hill.
Hey, you know this is bugging.
Hawks have it.
This way.
Now pass taken away by Cleveland. And finishes at the rim. Kevin Love with the stuff.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Hawks with the lead. The Cavaliers start with the basketball here in the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
It's Atlanta ball. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Hey, lock up.
Trae Young to Ken Bazemore. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
And he throws it down. Nice finish for Kevin Love.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Trae Young. He gets it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To J.R. Smith. Layup goes down. Well done.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
To Trae Young. Won't go.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
J.R. Smith at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. Oh, he missed on a pair. It's the Hawks with the basketball. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side, given how they're defending.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
To Trae Young. Nice pass to get things going.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Smith. And they call it.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Here's Atlanta.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Knocked loose. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Trae Young trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Korver to J.R. Smith. Nothing going here on that drive. And a chance coming up at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Kevin Love at the line. First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Whistle blows. It's an 8-second violation. Smith to Korver. Knocked loose. Hawks come up with it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
And Jay, they call the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
Good shot, good shot.
Hill into the front court. His guys down big. Missed that one. His coach cannot be a happy camper.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
All right, set it up.
Nothing going here on that drive. George Hill, deep left corner. Has a chance. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
And he connects on the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. The Hawks are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Hawks won this matchup with a significant margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all of the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Atlanta Hawks. The Cavaliers are no longer suffering through what was a big-time blowout. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. Assists. Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.